Hello and welcome, Chosen One. The number 333 has come to you, and this is no coincidence. This is a powerful sign of alignment, balance, and transformation. If this message has found you, it is because the universe is calling you to awaken your highest potential. Before we continue, share this energy with the world. Send this video to anyone you believe needs to hear this message. And of course, subscribe to the channel to continue receiving guidance and insights that will transform your life. Let's go on this journey of evolution together. Love that breaks barriers and defies time. Since the beginning of time, love has been a powerful force that transcends borders, cultures, and, above all, time. When we think about love stories that have marked history or inspired millions, we realize that many of them defied social conventions, including the age difference between partners. But why is this still the subject of so much debate? What really defines the success of a relationship? In this video, we will explore a deeply inspiring topic: how true love can overcome prejudices, stereotypes, and barriers imposed by society. We will see moving stories of couples who prove that age difference is irrelevant when there is respect, complicity, and genuine connection. Throughout this content, you'll be invited to reflect on your own prejudices, be moved by real examples, and, who knows, change your perspective on what really matters in a relationship. Get ready for a journey that will not only open your eyes, but also touch your heart. By the end of this video, you'll see love from a completely different, lighter, and more judgment-free perspective. Love stories that inspire. True love finds its way into the most unlikely situations, and some real-life stories serve as living proof that an age difference is not an obstacle, but rather a detail. Let's start with a widely known example: the relationship between George and Amal Clooney. Despite the 17 years that separate them, they are one of the most admired couples in Hollywood. Amal, a renowned human rights lawyer, and George, an accomplished actor, demonstrate that common interests, shared goals, and mutual admiration are the true foundation of a lasting relationship. Another striking example comes from the world of politics: French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Brigitte. With a 24-year age gap between them, the couple has faced public criticism and judgment, but that hasn't stopped them from building a solid and inspiring relationship. Emmanuel does not hesitate to declare his admiration and love for Brigitte, proving that mutual support can overcome any external opinion. These stories are not exceptions. They reflect a pattern that repeats itself across cultures and contexts. When two people connect on a deep level, differences, be they age, social class, or background, become secondary. Yet society often clings to judgments based on outdated stereotypes. Why is a couple with a large age gap still seen as unusual or wrong? What these stories teach us is that genuine love is guided by something much greater than external expectations. Moving on to the next chapter, we will explore exactly this. Why does society insist on judging and creating unnecessary barriers to relationships based on love and respect? Why does society judge? Despite the overwhelming evidence that true love is not limited to social norms, society continues to judge couples with significant age gaps. But why does this happen? The answer is rooted in ancient beliefs, cultural patterns, and social expectations that have been built up over centuries. Historically, love was often subordinated to political, economic, or social interests, and relationships that deviated from the standard were quickly marginalized. In the case of age differences, many people still associate these relationships with power imbalances or questionable interests, such as money or status. This distorted view is largely reinforced by sensationalist films, series, and headlines that prioritize scandals over genuine love stories. In addition, the pressure of what others will think exerts an immense weight on individuals who find themselves in unconventional relationships. Friends, family, and even strangers believe they have the right to give their opinions, label, or criticize. This mentality is fueled by the fear of the unknown and the difficulty in accepting that love can manifest itself in ways that defy our expectations. Another important factor is gender bias. In many cases, Older men with younger partners are socially accepted, while older women with younger partners face severe criticism. This double standard perpetuates stereotypes that devalue genuine love and emphasize appearances or outdated gender roles. Social judgment doesn't just affect couples, it impacts outsiders as well. Often, single people or those in unsatisfying relationships project their own fears and insecurities onto these couples, questioning the authenticity of their connections. But what happens when we ignore these judgments and focus on what really matters? This is exactly what we will look at in the next chapter, where we will discuss how to identify the signs of a healthy and balanced relationship, regardless of the age difference. How to recognize genuine love. Genuine love transcends barriers, and when we talk about age gap relationships, authenticity is the foundation that sustains them. But how can you identify if a relationship is really based on true love, and not on superficial interests or momentary illusions? The first and most important sign of a healthy relationship is open communication. When two people are able to express their feelings, fears, and desires without fear of being judged, this creates a connection that goes beyond appearances or age differences. In such relationships, conversations flow naturally, and each partner feels heard and valued. Another essential indicator is mutual respect. In an authentic relationship, differences, whether in age, culture, or experiences, are valued as points of learning and growth. Each partner sees the other as an equal, with genuine admiration for the qualities that make the other person unique. In the case of couples like Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron, mutual respect is manifested in the constant support they offer each other, both in their personal and professional lives. Shared goals and values are also a clear sign of genuine love. Even when they are at different stages in life, a couple with common goals has a solid foundation on which to build a lasting relationship. This can range from financial and career plans to the desire to start a family or explore the world together. Furthermore, support during difficult times is a great indicator of true love. Couples who overcome challenges, such as social judgment or the emotional distance caused by different generations, tend to emerge stronger. In these situations, love not only survives, but also becomes deeper and more resilient. One aspect that is often overlooked is shared joy. Healthy relationships are marked by moments of simple happiness, such as laughing together, creating unforgettable memories, and enjoying each other's company. Lightness and spontaneity are common characteristics of couples who truly connect, regardless of how many years separate them. Finally, most importantly, genuine love fosters personal growth. Being in a relationship like this means that you feel inspired to be the best version of yourself while supporting the same process in your partner. It's not about filling a void, but about growing together. Now that we understand how to recognize true love, the question that arises is, what makes some people face so many barriers in the name of this feeling? In the next chapter, we will explore the difficulties that couples with an age gap face and how they overcome the challenges imposed by society. The challenges of couples with an age gap. Relationships with a significant age gap can face unique challenges, many of which are deeply rooted in societal expectations and norms. While genuine love can overcome these barriers, it is important to understand that these couples often deal with issues that are not common to all relationships. The first notable challenge is social pressure. As mentioned earlier, external criticism and judgment are common. Society, still heavily influenced by stereotypes about gender roles and age norms, tends to have a distorted view of age gap relationships. Couples with a large age gap can be labeled as being based on material interests or, worse still, on imbalanced power relations. Furthermore, family dynamics can be a minefield. In many cases, family members do not understand or even oppose the relationship, especially when the age gap is quite large. Children of one partner may view the other as weird or misfit, which puts the relationship in a vulnerable position. In marriages like that of George and Amal Clooney, the large age gap between them could have been a reason for family disapproval, but mutual love and respect overcame these obstacles. Another area of difficulty is planning for the future. When there is a significant age gap, One partner may face health or retirement issues before the other. This can create tension, especially if there is no clear plan and open conversations about how to cope with aging and the inevitability of life changes. Emotional accountability and support during these transitional times are essential, but can be challenging. The issue of life stage is also a valid concern. While one partner may be at the height of their career, the other may be thinking about retirement or new life projects. These differences can lead to disagreements about priorities and goals, especially when interests begin to diverge more as time goes by. A couple needs to balance their dreams, considering the different stages of life they are in. In addition, couples with age differences can be the target of gossip, which creates an environment of insecurity and anxiety. The pressure to prove that the relationship is real, or not just a phase, can be exhausting. Insecurity about what others think can affect the dynamics of the relationship, creating distrust or fear. However, despite these difficulties, many couples find ways to overcome the challenges. Open communication and unconditional support between partners are essential to keeping the relationship strong, despite external adversities. In the case of Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron, the way they have dealt with discrimination and prejudice demonstrates that with love and respect, any challenge can be overcome. Overcoming these obstacles is part of what makes age gap relationships so powerful. By choosing to stay together, these couples not only demonstrate resilience, but also defy social conventions and remind us that love is a personal, unique, and indescribable experience. Now that we've discussed the challenges, it's time to look at the rewards of overcoming these obstacles, the transformative power of true love. In the next chapter, we'll explore how these couples defy prejudice and expectations, creating an example of love that goes beyond social norms. Overcoming prejudice and challenging expectations. Overcoming prejudice is one of the biggest challenges faced by couples with a large age gap. Despite living in an increasingly open and diverse world, social norms still dictate rigid rules about who should love whom, and what is the appropriate age range for a relationship. When a couple breaks these barriers, they challenge the idea that love must follow certain standards. The example of Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron is powerful in this context. They faced significant public judgment due to their 24-year age difference, but over time, their relationship blossomed and demonstrated that true love does not care about age. They became symbols of perseverance, while at the same time, breaking stigmas about what defines an ideal relationship. Their story is a clear example that love, when genuine, is uncompromising to any kind of prejudice. They not only faced public disapproval, but used it as fuel to further solidify their bond. By defying expectations, these couples inspire many to rethink their own beliefs and concepts about love. In the case of George and Amal Clooney, a 17-year age gap has never been an obstacle to what is considered one of the most stable and admired marriages in Hollywood. Furthermore, the way they support each other professionally and personally sends a message of equality and respect that goes far beyond social conventions about age. What people often fail to realize is that by challenging prejudice, couples with a large age gap also challenge traditional notions of power and authority within a relationship. There is often a belief that the older person should be in control of the relationship dynamic. However, when couples choose to live their love in an egalitarian and collaborative way, this idea is dismantled. True partnership has nothing to do with who is older or younger, but with connection, respect, and equality of feelings. Furthermore, by challenging these norms, these couples are also paving the way for future generations, showing that love can be experienced in many forms. In a world where we are constantly redefining what it means to be authentic, love between people with age differences becomes a reflection of this search for truth and acceptance. It teaches us that happiness does not depend on conforming to social expectations, but rather on the freedom to be who we are with the one we love. Couples like George and Amal and Emmanuel and Brigitte teach us that by defying the norms, we also free ourselves from the limitations imposed by society. Love that transcends age barriers is a quiet revolution that redefines what it means to be free, whether in love, in life choices, or in aspirations for the future. Now that we have discussed how these couples overcame barriers and shattered expectations, let's explore how they managed to create a balanced relationship where respect and mutual understanding are key. In the next chapter, we will discuss how to cultivate harmony in a relationship with a large age gap, while facing both external and internal challenges. Cultivating harmony in a relationship with a large age gap. Now that we have discussed how couples with a large age gap overcome external challenges, such as social prejudice, it is essential to understand how they cultivate harmony within their relationship. While age differences can bring unique challenges, these couples also find unique ways to make their relationships flourish. The key is communication, mutual understanding, and respect. First and foremost, communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and this is even more important when there is a significant age gap. Couples with a large age gap need to be transparent with each other, discussing not only everyday issues, but also their expectations, insecurities, and aspirations for the future. What may seem trivial to a younger person may be a genuine concern to the other, and vice versa. Therefore, listening with empathy and respect is essential to creating an environment of mutual trust. Couples like George and Amal Clooney exemplify this communication skill. In addition to being partners in various projects, they are also open and honest about their expectations, perfectly balancing their careers and personal lives. This allows them to grow together, despite their age differences and the challenges that celebrity life poses. Another essential factor for harmony in a relationship with an age gap is mutual understanding. In many situations, one partner may be more advanced in life, with more experiences and even greater emotional maturity, while the other may be more in tune with new trends, with a fresher and more youthful perspective. Finding a middle ground that celebrates these differences is one of the keys to successful intergenerational relationships. Rather than being swayed by external or internal pressures, these couples learn to recognize what each brings to the relationship and how this can contribute to their joint growth. The relationship between Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron is a perfect example of this. They complement each other in unique ways, because while Emmanuel is younger, Brigitte has a wealth of life experience, which creates a balance between the two. They support, inspire, and learn from each other, which further strengthens their bond. Respect is another key to maintaining balance in a relationship with a large age gap. While love is essential, respect for the stages of life that each partner is experiencing is equally crucial. This means understanding that priorities and interests may change over time, but this does not have to create a rift between partners. Instead, they should support each other on the different paths they take. This also includes respecting each other's past and the experiences that have shaped them as individuals. No matter the age difference, by respecting each other's experiences, the couple can create an environment of acceptance and appreciation. So while an age gap can bring extra challenges, it also offers unique opportunities for growth, learning, and connection. The key to cultivating harmony is to embrace these opportunities, celebrating what each other has to offer, and learning to communicate your needs, emotions, and expectations in a healthy way. By doing so, couples build a strong relationship that transcends age and is based on a deep connection based on genuine love and mutual respect. Now that we've covered the importance of communication, understanding, and respect in maintaining harmony in a relationship, it's time to explore the positive impact these couples have on society. How do these relationships challenge stereotypes and influence public perceptions of love and intergenerational relationships? We'll look at that in the next chapter. The social and cultural impact of age gap couples. As age gap couples demonstrate the strength of their love, so too are cultural and social perceptions of relationships changing. Historically, society has been quick to judge and question the viability of age gap relationships. However, as public figures and everyday people challenge these stereotypes, there is a shift in how intergenerational relationships are viewed. The presence of couples like George and Amal Clooney, and Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron, brings a new perspective. They are not only examples of professional success, but also of genuine love that transcends age barriers. Their visibility helps break down cultural prejudices, fostering a new approach to what it means to be compatible in a relationship. For many, these couples become symbols that true connection is not about the number of years between two people, but about the depth of emotional connection and mutual respect. Furthermore, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron's relationship has had a significant impact in France, where their age gap became a talking point in the 2017 presidential election. While critics have tried to exploit their age difference as a potential weakness, the couple have remained steadfast in their union. This has led to a deeper reflection on cultural norms and what really matters in a relationship. Many have come to see their love as an example of commitment and respect, rather than a mere social curiosity. This kind of impact is not limited to the world of celebrities. Ordinary couples with a large age gap are also beginning to be seen in a new light. The change in mindset is happening gradually, with more people accepting that love has no age limit. For many, this brings relief, as it can mean letting go of rigid expectations about what constitutes an ideal relationship. Seeing other couples with large age gaps thriving, they begin to feel that perhaps their own love story is possible, too. This cultural shift is not just about changing the way people think about relationships, but also about changing what is considered normal. Over the decades, society has given individuals more freedom to express their emotions and pursue what brings them happiness, regardless of what others think. In this context, the acceptance of age gap relationships reflects a greater acceptance of the diversity of ways of loving and connecting with others. With the rise of social media and the increasing visibility of couples of different ages, the idea that true love transcends age is becoming a reality for many people. Couples who do not conform to traditional norms are becoming more authentic and are being recognized for their emotional strength and the respect they have for each other. At the same time, society as a whole is becoming more inclusive and accepting that love comes in different forms and at different ages. Therefore, as couples with large age gaps gain visibility and acceptance, their influence on society is only getting deeper. They help dismantle the old ideas that there is a right age to fall in love and prove that true connection has no barriers. In the next chapter, we'll explore how the impact of this cultural shift is helping to redefine expectations about romantic relationships in a modern age. Redefining relationship expectations in the modern era. With the cultural shifts we are witnessing, romantic relationships are also being redefined. Today, many people are more willing to question the conventions that govern partner selection and what is considered an ideal relationship. When it comes to couples with large age gaps, the idea that true love transcends age limitations is a clear example of how these expectations are changing. In the modern era, expectations about what constitutes a successful relationship are increasingly moving away from traditional standards. The idea that compatibility is based solely on factors such as age, social class, or physical appearance is being challenged by a new generation that places greater value on authenticity, emotional connection, and mutual respect. Couples with large age gaps, who might previously have been seen as anomalies, are now examples that true affinity goes beyond the superficial. The visibility of these couples has helped to reconfigure expectations about what is possible in a relationship. It's no longer about following rigid rules or fitting into predetermined molds. Society is becoming more receptive to the idea that love can manifest itself in unique ways, especially when it's based on values like respect, trust, and mutual admiration. Couples like the Clooneys and Macrons are proving that the key to a lasting relationship isn't who's younger or older, but rather the depth of the connection they share. In addition, social media and digital platforms play an important role in this redefinition process. They provide a space for couples to share their stories and experiences, showing that people can be happy and successful in relationships that break the box. This has led many people to question their own ideas about relationships, and even to free themselves from family or societal expectations that might have once been a barrier. When you see someone like the Macrons and Clooneys, who transcend the limitations of age, it's easier to believe that anyone can find happiness, regardless of their differences. Furthermore, modern society has a much more inclusive approach when it comes to love and relationships. The emergence of new forms of relationships, such as polyamory, same-sex couples, and of course, age gap couples, reflects a movement towards greater acceptance of romantic diversity. We are moving from a space where relationships were rigid and prescriptive to a world where possibilities are more fluid and open. The increasing normalization of age gap couples also reflects a broader movement towards embracing individuality. People of all ages are feeling more empowered to pursue love on their own terms, without worrying about what others think. This is a reflection of the evolution of a society that is beginning to value individual happiness over simply following social norms that limit what is expected in a relationship. As these changes continue to occur, it is possible that in the near future, age gap couples will no longer be seen as an exception, but as a natural part of the tapestry of romantic relationships in society. And this may be one of the greatest victories in a society that is constantly adapting to the needs and desires of its members. In the next chapter, we will explore the importance of communication and empathy in relationships, especially when there are cultural and social challenges to be faced. How are these qualities essential to building lasting love and overcoming the obstacles that arise with age differences? Let's discuss them now. Communication and empathy as keys to relationship success. In any relationship, effective communication and empathy are essential to maintaining emotional connection and ensuring that both partners feel heard and understood. In the context of a relationship with a significant age gap, these two factors become even more crucial. Society may have preconceived opinions or judgments about couples with a large age gap, which can add pressure to the relationship. In this scenario, open communication and empathy not only help build trust, but also strengthen the couple's resilience in the face of external challenges. When there is a significant age gap between partners, life expectations and experiences accumulated over the years can be very different. One partner may be in a more mature phase of life, with a more formed worldview, while the other may be exploring new opportunities and experiencing different challenges. Clear communication is essential so that both parties understand the other's feelings, desires, and limitations, without making assumptions or judgments. Empathy, in turn, allows each partner to put themselves in the other's shoes and understand perspectives and emotions that may differ due to age. This ability to understand the other is one of the foundations of any successful relationship, but it becomes even more important when a couple faces additional obstacles, such as criticism or prejudice from society. By practicing empathy, the couple creates a safe and welcoming environment where both can express their insecurities, fears, and aspirations without fear of being misunderstood. In addition, empathy helps to soften the effects of age differences. One partner may have life experiences that the other has not yet experienced, such as issues related to aging, career changes, or family challenges. Empathy allows the younger partner to better understand the feelings of their older partner and vice versa. This not only strengthens the bond, but also helps to create an environment where the exchange of experiences is enriching and positive. Communication and empathy are also essential when it comes to dealing with external prejudices. Couples with a large age gap often face criticism or disparaging comments from friends, family, or even strangers. In these times, it is crucial for partners to support each other and maintain clear and empathetic communication to deal with external pressure. Talking openly about these experiences and supporting each other emotionally helps couples to face challenges together, without allowing society's judgments to compromise their relationship. In many cases, couples with large age gaps report that they have learned to communicate more effectively and be more empathetic to others as they navigate the challenges imposed by society. This in itself is a valuable learning experience that prepares them for any challenges they may face in the future. In the next chapter, we will explore how mutual respect and trust are fundamental pillars that support any relationship, especially those that face the issue of age difference. How can these elements help to strengthen the relationship and maintain harmony in the long term? Respect and trust, the foundations of a lasting relationship. Respect and trust are essential pillars of any relationship, but their importance is even more pronounced in couples with significant age differences. These two elements not only ensure that both partners feel valued, but also provide a solid foundation for facing the challenges posed by society and the dynamics of the relationship itself. Over time, couples who are able to cultivate mutual respect and trust are more likely to overcome obstacles, whether internal or external. Mutual respect is vital in any partnership, as it ensures that both individuals feel equal, regardless of differences in age, experience, or perspectives. In the case of couples with a large age difference, respect translates into recognizing and valuing each partner's life experience, without belittling or underestimating the feelings and contributions of the other. This means that the older partner should not place themselves in a position of authority or superiority, and the younger partner should value the wisdom acquired over the years of the other's life. Furthermore, respect also involves recognizing the autonomy of the other person, allowing each person to have their individuality respected. In the context of an age difference, it is common for one partner to have more life experiences, but this does not mean that the other is inferior. Understanding and accepting different perspectives on life are essential to maintaining a balanced and healthy relationship. Respecting differences and working together to find a balance is one of the keys to creating a harmonious and lasting relationship. Trust is undoubtedly one of the most essential aspects of any relationship, but it becomes even more critical when dealing with the stigma of a large age difference. Couples who overcome the challenges imposed by society and external criticism often rely on trust to face adversity together. For many, trust does not come from words or promises alone, but from consistency of attitudes over time. In a relationship with a large age difference, this trust is built not only through open and honest communication, but also through constant emotional support. When both partners feel secure and confident in each other, the doubts and fears generated by age differences diminish. This creates a safe space for each partner to explore their own insecurities and strengthen their bond, allowing the relationship to flourish. It is important to remember that trust and respect are mutually dependent. When both are present, they reinforce each other and grow together. If one of them is absent, the relationship begins to weaken. In the case of couples with a large age difference, this can translate into difficulty in dealing with the looks and judgments of society. A couple who trust each other knows that what matters is the relationship they build, and not what others think. However, it takes ongoing effort to keep trust and respect alive. This requires transparency, accountability, and a willingness to work as a team, especially when faced with unique challenges, such as social expectations. Couples who are able to cultivate these two values become more resilient, and their relationship grows stronger with each obstacle overcome. Now, let's continue our content, exploring how emotional maturity influences a relationship with a large age difference, and how it can benefit both partners in building a lasting relationship. Hello and welcome, chosen one. The number 333 has come to you, and this is no coincidence. This is a powerful sign of alignment, balance, and transformation. If this message has found you, it is because the universe is calling you to awaken your highest potential. Before we continue, share this energy with the world. Send this video to anyone you believe needs to hear this message. And of course, subscribe to the channel to continue receiving guidance and insights that will transform your life. Let's go on this journey of evolution together. Emotional maturity and how it impacts relationships with age differences. Emotional maturity plays a crucial role in any relationship, but its importance becomes even more evident when there is a large age difference between partners. Emotional maturity is the ability to deal with one's own emotions in a balanced and responsible manner, without letting feelings get in the way of the well-being of the relationship. In couples with large age differences, emotional maturity can be key to the success and longevity of the relationship, helping to overcome typical challenges that arise in such contexts. Firstly, it is essential to understand that emotional maturity is not related to chronological age, but rather to the level of understanding and control of one's own emotions. This means that in a relationship with an age difference, the younger partner may have greater emotional maturity than the older partner, and vice versa. The crucial point here is how both partners deal with everyday situations, especially with the challenges that arise due to social perception and external expectations. In a couple with a large age difference, emotional maturity can be crucial in dealing with prejudice and society's judgments. For both partners to feel comfortable and secure in the relationship, they need to have a clear vision of their own feelings and what the relationship means to them. Couples who are emotionally mature are able to ignore external criticism and focus on the relationship they are building together, which makes the partnership stronger. In addition, emotional maturity allows both partners to deal more effectively with differences that may exist, whether in life experience, goals, or expectations. The older partner often brings with them emotional baggage and a broader view of life, which can be valuable in many situations. On the other hand, the younger partner can bring new energy, a fresh perspective on the world, and a more spontaneous approach. Emotional maturity allows both partners to recognize and respect these differences, using them to enrich the relationship instead of creating conflict. Another important point to consider is that emotional maturity helps to build healthier and more open communication. In couples with a large age gap, moments of disconnection can arise, especially if partners are unable to fully understand each other's perspectives. Emotional maturity facilitates empathy, allowing each partner to understand the other's emotions in a deeper and more constructive way. This is especially valuable when it comes to making important decisions for the relationship, such as matters of the future, finances, or even children. Couples who have strong emotional maturity are also better able to deal with the natural ups and downs of any relationship, such as frustrations, misunderstandings, and disagreements. Instead of reacting impulsively or immaturely, they are able to take a step back, reflect on the situation, and seek peaceful, thoughtful solutions. This strengthens the partnership and helps to create a bond that goes beyond momentary difficulties, allowing love to be sustained. Finally, emotional maturity is essential to creating a safe and trusting environment within the relationship. In couples with an age gap, there may be moments of insecurity or doubt, especially if one partner feels more vulnerable due to the age disparity. Emotional maturity allows both partners to share their insecurities honestly and without judgment, which only strengthens the emotional bond. The resilience of love, overcoming challenges together and strengthening the bond. When two hearts meet, regardless of age, something much deeper than the difference in numbers happens. True love is resilient, capable of overcoming barriers, prejudices, and any challenge that may arise along the way. For couples with a significant age difference, the challenges are no less intense, but their ability to overcome them, together, is what makes them special. A relationship based on true love requires trust, respect, and, above all, the willingness to face whatever comes their way, without fear of fighting for what they believe in. In the case of couples with a large age difference, love becomes even stronger when they face social judgments, overcome external pressure, and maintain focus on what really matters, the genuine emotional connection they share. Overcoming challenges does not mean ignoring them, but rather recognizing them and facing each one with courage. Over time, resilience becomes a characteristic of every relationship, where both partners strengthen each other. They learn to understand and respect differences, while together building a bond that goes beyond society's expectations. For example, the couple formed by Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte, who faced and still face many critical looks due to their age difference, is a clear example of how love can become a powerful tool of resistance. Instead of distancing themselves due to challenges, they used their difficulties as a foundation to build a solid foundation, based on mutual respect and trust. Another example is that of George and Amal Clooney, who defied social expectations and proved that age is no obstacle to true love. Despite the 17-year age difference between them, what matters to both of them is the partnership, respect, and genuine love they feel for each other. This is the true meaning of love that transcends any barriers or social norms. Every relationship has its own rhythm and trajectory, and for couples with a large age gap, the key is to cultivate what really matters: communication, understanding, and above all, mutual support. When both partners share the same values and goals, age differences become irrelevant, because what prevails is the strength of the emotional bond. So, As we conclude our journey today, it is clear that true love is not limited to age, but is defined by the depth of feeling, respect, and the strength of wanting to share your life with someone. So, if you are in or are interested in a relationship with a significant age gap, remember, the resilience of love is what makes everything possible. And, in the end, it is this strength that will help you overcome any obstacle.